At the launch of the Laureus Sports Awards, President Nelson Mandela famously said that sport has the power to change the world. And those are the very words Mina Guli tries to live by. She's aiming to bring awareness to water shortages around the world by completing 200 marathons. eNCA's Justin Ford tells us her story.
Australian Mina Guli is on a mission that residents of Cape Town, Makanda and Gqeberha will identify with. She's taken on a mammoth task of running 200 marathons to raise awareness of water shortages.
The running part is pretty challenging for me. I'm not a natural runner. I don't think of myself as a natural athlete. I have to work very hard. So there's a lot of rehabilitation. Actually, I just came from the physio now. You have amazing healthcare professionals in this country. So yeah, I spend a lot of time doing rehabilitation. There's massage. There's a huge amount of food that I have to eat. I'm plant-based, so there's a lot of eating, a lot of recovering, but also a lot of looking after myself mentally. It's extremely challenging to put yourself through what I'm trying to do. I joke about it and I make light of it, but it's really hard.
The campaign is also supposed to appeal to captains of industry as well as those in power.
One of the major goals with the Run Blue campaign is to get 200 companies to commit to concrete action on water, or as we call it, to Run Blue. I want them to understand the water risks that they are facing, their communities that they work in and their supply chains. I want them to assess what they need to do versus what they are doing, and I want them to act, proper concrete action.
Guli has spent some time in South Africa and visited Gqeberha, where Day Zero is looming.
These Day Zeros are not a thing of the past. I think that there will be more Day Zeros for more cities and more communities, not only here in South Africa, but actually around the world. I grew up through 10 years of drought in Australia, so the idea of drought, the idea of floods, the challenges that Durban faced, they're not gone. What I saw in Gqeberha was that unfortunately for the community, there are a lot of miscues. So in the actual city itself, things are bright green. The trees are green, there's puddles of water on the ground. And yet, in the places where they're relying on water from the dams to provide the water to the communities, the dams are dry. The water is not falling in the places that we need it to fall.
Her journey started in March in Australia and has seen her visit a few countries like Kenya, Malawi and Zimbabwe. The 71st marathon in Cape Town will mark the end of the Africa leg before heading off to Turkey and the rest of Europe. Her 200th marathon is planned to take place in the Americas next year. Justin Ford, Cape Town.